In an era where there were no computers, no chess engines, and no AI whispering best moves, there stood a young genius, Paul Morphy. At just 12 years old, he sat across James McConnell and played a game so brilliant, it's still admired nearly 2 centuries later. Let's break it down move by move. Paul Morphy, playing white, begins with pawn to e4, a classic opening move, taking control of the center. McConnell replies with pawn to e5, standard and solid. Next, knight to f3 by Morphy, instantly attacking the black pawn. Black brings out the queen early to f6. This move looks aggressive, but is risky. It breaks opening principles and makes the queen a target. Morphy continues with knight to c3, developing and defending. McConnell plays pawn to c6, preparing to support the center or maybe push d5. Now comes pawn to d4 by Morphy. He's pushing central control hard. Black captures with pawn takes d4. Then Morphy plays pawn to e5, kicking the queen. The queen runs to g6. Morphy now plays bishop to d3, aiming at h7 and opening lines. McConnell takes a greedy route. Queen captures pawn on g2, a dangerous choice. Now rook to g1. Morphy activates his rook on the open file, trapping the queen. McConnell plays queen to h3, running for safety. Morphy keeps the pressure. Rook to g3. McConnell slides queen to h5. Again, Morphy attacks. Rook to g5. The queen moves again to h3. Bishop drops back to f1. Morphy's plan becomes clear. He's tightening the net around black's queen. Black tries queen to e6. Now knight takes pawn on d4. Morphy develops and centralizes. Queen to e7 from McConnell, trying to hold things together. Morphy jumps knight to e4, eyeing f6 and d6. McConnell tries pawn to h6 to push the rook back. Knight to f5. Now pressure's building. Queen back to e6. Then knight to d6 with check. A stunning shot. Black captures with bishop takes knight. Morphy responds with knight takes bishop. And now black is in serious trouble. King moves to d8. Morphy develops again. Bishop to c4. Queen to e7 by McConnell, hoping to trade. But Morphy plays knight takes pawn on f7, with check. King escapes to c7. Morphy calmly plays queen to d6. Black is forced to trade. Queen takes queen. Pawn recaptures. Now king moves to b6. Morphy plays bishop to e3 with tempo. Pawn to c5 by McConnell. Morphy takes. Bishop captures on c5. The king flees to a5. Rook to g3 now swings into attack. Pawn to b5. And now, the final blow. Rook to a3. Checkmate. Brilliant, efficient, devastating. Paul Morphy didn't just win. He taught a lesson in development, coordination, and timing. He punished every inaccuracy with surgical precision at just 12 years old. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Jawwad Imran, for more legendary games explained simply and clearly. See you in the next masterpiece.